everybody. I had to get that last drink of coffee. Well, good morning and welcome to Sunday school. Welcome to the kids that are here in the classroom and to everybody who is joining us on Facebook Live. We're so glad you're here. And it's kind of cloudy today, but oh my gosh, it is nicer out as far as being warmer and the snow is melting. Who's excited for spring?
I am.
Me too, Bo. Me too. How about our Facebook friends? Are you guys ready for spring?
Yes.
Both hands in the air. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, well, we have some fun stuff to do today. So the very first thing we're going to do, I forgot, I was going to do a reminder post this morning, Facebook friends, and I forgot. Well, I kind of got busy, actually, believe it or not. But you are going to need your coffee filters and markers right now. How's that for advanced warning? So what we're going to do, look at this. Can anybody venture a guess as to what this might be? What do you think, Magnolia?
Flower.
A flower? That is a really good guess. It does kind of look like a flower, doesn't it? What do you think, Sophie?
It's a tree.
A tree. That is also a really good guess. Do we have any Facebook guests, Mr. John? We have 4 guesses?
Not guesses, guesses.
Oh, guess. Sorry. Do we have any guesses? I said that wrong. So I will share with you what this is after we make it. How's that? So we're going to make this guy right here. And you guys are going to be able to figure out what this is when we read the Bible story. But first we have to get our coffee filters ready, okay? So what I want everybody to do is put on one of these. And if you're watching from Facebook, you might want to, what we're going to need, whoops, put it on this way. And what we're going to need is your markers and the coffee filters. And you want to color 2 of your coffee filters green. Thank you, John. And one of them you want to color like with orange and red. Perfect. And yellow. Orange, red, and yellow. So it's like fire. You want it to be all fiery and flamey. Put your arms right through there. Very good, Miss Allie. All right, Bo, we're going to put this shirt on you. These are paint shirts so you don't get marker all over your clothes. Okay. Whoops, we're going to put your arm in this one. I know, we're going to put it on backwards. We're going to put your arm right in there. Right in there.
Why?
Because this is so you don't get marker on your nice shirt. There. Perfect. Okay, so you can take this with you. What I want you to do is take your coffee filters, and you'll need your green marker.
I want to get my blue one.
I know, I want you to get your green one now. Can you get your green marker, everybody? And color your marker, one of your coffee filters. You want to color it green. Just color.
It's just been long.
Can you get it out, Bob?
Yeah, this one?
Nope. There it is.
Oh.
That's okay, because I got tablecloths on the tables, and at home you may want to get some newspapers or something like that. I probably should have done this in a reminder post. So while you guys are coloring your coffee filters, we're going to read the Bible story, okay? So you want to color kind of fast. So let me show you, Bo. You want to do it like this. Oops. Like really fast. You want to get it all covered as fast as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Because you want to do 2 of them. You want to get 2 of them completely covered with green. Okay? Because those are going to go on the outside of your craft.
I don't know how to make this.
All right?
I know.
So you're doing a great job, Bo. Our Bible story today, it is kind of a long one, which is why I wanted to get this started and everybody at home started before I started reading. That way you have something to do while I'm reading to you, and we don't run out of time. Are you done with that one? Okay, now you want to color a second one. So you'll need 2 green copy filters. 2. So when you get done with one of them, go ahead and do a second one. So I have my deep blue Bible. Okay, this is what you get when you're in 3rd grade. And I am in Exodus. So the first book of the Bible is Genesis. The second book of the Bible is Exodus. And remember, we're studying the life of Moses. And last week we talked about the birth of Moses, remember? And he was in the river and in the basket, and Moses' mother put him in the basket and put him in the Nile River, and Pharaoh's daughter took him out of the river, and they all did that to save Moses' life. Remember? Because Pharaoh was really worried that the Israelite people were going to take over, and so he ordered all the baby boys, the Hebrew baby boys, he ordered them all to be thrown into the river. So Moses' mom did not want anything bad to happen to her baby, so she put him in a basket, and Pharaoh's daughter took him out, and she saved his life. And so today we're going to hear another story about Moses, and this comes from Exodus chapter 2. So you find the big 2, and we're going to start it perfect. Now you need another one. Once you get your first one done, you can put a little more probably around the edges here. Nice job, Millie. Good job, Ellie. Yep, go ahead and get your second one. How you doing, Bo? Good. Nice job, buddy. How's everybody doing it in Facebook with your copy filters?
Good.
Make sure you get 2 green ones. I gotta keep my eye on the time here. All right, so Exodus chapter 2, we're gonna start at verse 11, and then we're gonna read all the way through chapter 3. And it is a lot, but we're gonna hear a really familiar story about Moses. You wanna do your third one? Okay, if you're ready for your third one, Facebook land, and anybody else, you wanna do red, orange, and green, and yellow. So I would just do a bunch of red, and a bunch of orange, and a bunch of yellow. I did all 3 of them at the same time, was how I did it. I just kind of put all 3 in my hand and just,
That's what I like to do.
there you go. Excuse me, I get a little tickle in my throat. Probably a little leftover coffee. Okay, what, Bo?
When I was talking a lot, I think I was going to tell you, I think I was sick, but I just had a little bit, and...
Oh, you did ya? Yeah. You want to work on a second one? Because you want to make sure you get 2 green ones done. So you want to just cover fast. You don't need to do it that bad, or that much. You want to just get it all over. Okay, so start working on your second one, Bo.
And the second one?
Yep. Get your green one. Another green one. Yep.
I don't know. Another green one?
You got the green one right there, buddy. Yep. Color this one green. Yep. You want to color this one green too. All over. Whoop. And on my hand. Fantastic. I love it. Okay, so Exodus chapter 2. Go ahead. You're doing a great job, Bo. I hope everybody in Facebook land is having a good time coloring their coffee filters. These guys are having a great time. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. You can do more if you want. Now a man from Levi's household, whoops, I'm starting to, okay, chapter 11. Chapter 2, verse 11. I'll get it together. One day, after Moses had become an adult, so now he's all grown up, he went out among his people and he saw their forced labor. He saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his own people. He looked around to make sure no one else was there. Then he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Oh, Moses. When Moses went out the next day, he saw 2 Hebrew men fighting with each other. Moses said to the one who had started the fight, "Why are you abusing your fellow Hebrew?" He replied, "Who made you a boss or judge over us? Aren't you planning to kill me like you killed the Egyptian?" Somebody saw him. Then Moses was afraid when he realized they obviously know what I did. When Pharaoh heard about it, he tried to kill Moses. Oh no, Moses is in danger again. But Moses ran away from Pharaoh and settled down in the land of Midian. One day Moses was sitting by a well. Now there was a Midianite priest who had 7 daughters. That's a lot of girls. The daughters came to draw water and fill the trough so their father's flock could drink. But some shepherds came along and rudely chased them away. Moses got up, rescued the women, and gave their flock water to drink. Moses is super helpful. When they went back home to their father Ruel, he asked, "How were you able to come home so soon today?" They replied, "An Egyptian man rescued us from a bunch of shepherds. Afterward, he even helped us draw water to let the flock drink." Ruel said to his daughters, "So where is he? Why did you leave this man? Invite him to eat a meal with us." It was really important for the people back in Moses' days to show hospitality. So they would invite people in, give them food, something to drink, a place to rest. That was very important back in Moses' time. A long time passed and the Egyptian king died. The Israelites were still groaning because of their hard work. They cried out, and their cry to be rescued from the hard work rose up to God. Thank you, John. God heard their cry of grief, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God looked at the Israelites, and God understood. Moses was taking care of the flock for his father-in-law, Jethro, Midian's priest. He led his flock out to the edge of the desert, and he came to God's mountain called Horeb. When the Lord saw, the Lord's messenger, now this is important, appeared to him in a flame of fire in the middle of a bush. Oh my gosh. That's wild.
That's what we're doing.
Then Moses said to himself, "Let me check out this amazing sight and find out where the bush isn't burning up." So it was on fire. I mean, there was clearly a flame there, but the bush wasn't burning up. When the Lord saw that he was coming to look, God called to him out of the bush, "Moses, Moses." Moses said, "I'm here." Then the Lord said, "Don't come any closer. Take off your sandals, because you are standing on holy ground." He continued, "I am the God of your father, Abraham's God, Isaac's God, and Jacob's God." Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at God. Then the Lord said, "I've clearly seen my people oppressed in Egypt. I've heard their cry of injustice because of their slave masters. I know about their pain. I've come down to rescue them from the Egyptians in order to take them out of that land and bring them to a good and broad land that's full of milk and honey." Wow, that sounds like an amazing land, doesn't it? They call it the Promised Land because God promised Moses that he would be with him and help him bring the Hebrew people out of Egypt. God's promise to Moses that he would always be with him and help him throughout this time. Isn't that an amazing promise?
Yes.
And you know what, Bo, and everybody watching today, God promises that to us today, that he will always be with us. And we may not see a burning bush, but there are lots of ways that God talks to us. And we're going to talk about some of those here in a couple of minutes. Okay, so God calls Moses to go and free the Israelite people from Pharaoh, from slavery. Very nice. And Moses comes up with all kinds of excuses about why he can't do it. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. I see we have some coffee filters done, so I want to spray them. So if you out in Facebook world, there's my camera, are done with your coffee filters, you want to get your spray bottle with water. More red and orange, Bo. Here, do this. Watch, let me help you. I'm gonna help Bo here for a second. Keep on coloring at home. Look at that. Yeah, isn't that neat? And you can cover so much area. Yay. And then you can add some yellow to that if you want. Whoops, I got to fix that. You're gonna add some yellow all the way around, just like I did, just big swirlies. So you want to take your water bottle and just give each coffee filter, let me get it going here. My sprayer, oh, it's working. It wasn't working. Just give it a little squirt of water, just enough to dampen it. You don't want to get it too much, otherwise it will take forever to dry. Okay, so there's Sophie's, and these will bleed on you. And when I say that, I mean the color will come off and get on you and on your clothes. So let them dry. It'll take a few minutes, which is why I wanted to get started a little early. There we go. All right.
Do I look at my picture?
I'm sorry, I didn't want to spray Magnolia. Okay. All right, Mr. Bow. Let's see, what was your picture? It's not the best spray bottle. Okay, so you want to fan them to kind of help them dry. You can do that. You can even take your page that you got here and
Oh, no.
I was gonna bring a fan in here, it's funny, and then I thought, well, the second I bring a fan in here, it's just gonna go blow papers all over the place.
And then no one's gonna know.
I know, so that was one of my, see, even the paper's blowing all over. Okay, so back to our story. So God is calling to Moses from this bush that is on fire, there's flames, but it's not burning up. Miss Sophie,
This is the bush on fire.
is this the bush on fire?
Yeah.
You are so right, Sophie. All right. So, where am I at here? Okay, so get going. I am sending, this is Moses talking, or God talking to Moses. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, who am I to go to Pharaoh and to bring the Israelites out of Egypt? God said, I'll be with you. And this will show you that I'm the one who sent you. After you bring the people out of Egypt, you will come back here and worship God on this mountain. But Moses said to God, if I now come to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your ancestors has sent me to you, they are going to ask me, what's this God's name? What am I supposed to say to them? So Moses is coming up with all kinds of excuses, right? God said to Moses, I am who I am.
I hear it echoing.
So say to the Israelites, I lost my spot, sorry. I am has sent me to you, God continued. Say to the Israelites, the Lord, the God of your ancestors, Abraham's God, Isaac's God, and Jacob's God, has sent me to you. This is my name forever. Go and get Israel's elders together and say to them, oh, you can take that with you, Bo. I've been paying close attention to you and to what has been done to you in Egypt. I've decided to take you away from Egypt to the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, the land of milk and honey.
Yeah.
Magnolia said, yuck. Do you guys like honey?
Yes.
Sophie does, Bo does, Ellie does not, Magnolia does not. Every once in a while I like it. How about Facebook friends? Does anybody like honey out there? Some people swear by it. Some people use it as their sugar. Instead of sugar, they use honey It's a natural sweetener. I like sugar.
I love
Okay, we're almost done here. Let's see, where'd we go? The Lord, the Hebrews' God, has met with us. So now let's go on a 3-day journey into the desert so that we can offer sacrifices to the Lord our God. Wait a minute.
God.
I don't know, I lost my spot.
Why do you keep losing your thoughts?
Because I'm too busy talking to you guys, which is what I want to do anyway. Anyway, that's our Bible story. So Moses, or God, got Moses' attention with a burning bush. Now, let me ask you something. You're out there, right? You're tending to your sheep. You're taking care of your sheep. You're a shepherd now. You're out there in the desert. You got your little sheep out there with you. You're making sure they're eating and they're getting water. And all of a sudden, you come upon a bush.
Hi, Bush.
And there's a flame in the bush. But the bush isn't burning up. Would you want to go take a look?
No.
No?
I would say let's
Yes.
fire. I would.
Bo would.
Fire drill.
I would be pretty curious. I would be pretty curious about that. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention that you guys would need is a little pair of scissors. I'm just going to come around and on your toilet paper roll or the trunk of your bush, you're going to make some little snips like that. It's going to make like little branches. So you want to do like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them.
I don't want to cut this.
All the way around, just like that. Okay, and then you can just kind of bend them out. They'll just give some little branchy kind of things for your bush. Okay, so there's a pair for you. Excuse me, my goodness. And there is a pair for you.
I love turquoise.
And I will help you, Mr. Bo.
I don't even want to cut that.
You don't want to cut it? You want to just put them in?
Put what in?
Your bush. So this is what we do with it. You roll it all up like this, get your green showing. This is your burning bush. Yeah. It's still a little wet. Let's see if we can. So if your bush is still a little wet, you can kind of wave it around. They do take a few minutes to dry, but I think we'll be okay.
Mine is still.
And then you can just take it, and I'll show you what I did with mine so I don't ruin Bo's. So here's my green one. I just took it and just kind of bunched it up like this. So I took,
Can you help me?
laying flat like this. Yep, I sure will, buddy. And I grabbed it in the middle, and I just kind of floofed it up. I don't know any other way to describe it. So it was laying flat, and I grabbed it in the middle, and I floofed it up. Floof it, that's a new word. I expect to see it in Webster's Dictionary next year. And then you just stuff it in there, just like that. Yeah, you got, and then floof it. Floof it, just like that. And then you want to put your pointy end down in here, off to the side. Yeah. They're probably a little hard to work with when they're still a little damp.
Look at mine.
That's
Mine's
fabulous,
tree.
Sophie.
Mine's a tree,
Okay,
not
let's do yours.
bush.
What, honey?
I can't put it in because it's wet.
Nope, you're doing just, it's fine. Lord, I'm gonna get it in there for you, and they'll dry in there just like this. And then it'll be even better because they'll be shaped perfectly.
Ooh, that's the fire. Wait, is the orange the fire?
Whoops, I can't get it in there. All right. There's Bo's burning bush. Look, he even colored his trunk. Yay. Does everybody want to show Facebook friends your burning bushes? Hold up your burning bush, Sophie.
I need to find mine.
Oh, she's got a sign hers. Ellie, that's beautiful. That almost looks like a rose sticking out the top there. I love it. And Magnolia, beautiful. We have some fantastic burning bushes. Facebook friends, Bo, I love it. I absolutely love it. Take a picture of your burning bush and share with us on Facebook. We would love to see your creations and know that you're joining us for Sunday school today. So friends, God may not come out to us and speak to us from a burning bush, but he does talk to us in lots of different ways in our lives today. How do you think that God gets our attention today? What are some ways? What do you think, Sophie?
Maybe nightmares.
Nightmares? Maybe. Maybe our dreams are ways that God speaks to us and lets us, it's a way that we can kind of work through things.
Mine is gone.
What else?
Like mine?
I love it, Magnolia. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, burning bush. I think God talks to us through other people. Sometimes other people, it just seems like somebody is just there when you need them. Right when you need them. And there's no way that they could have known that you needed them. They just happened to be there. And I think that's God working in our lives, putting people in our lives to help us with whatever we may need, right? Animals. My dogs and my cats are like, they're like little angels with fur. That's really what they are, you know, and I think that just gives me, I don't know, a lot of peace and good warm fuzzies. So I think God works through a lot of different ways to get our attention. Yeah, Sophie.
Maybe your stuffed animals, because maybe your favorite stuffed animals, because your stuffed animals, you think they talk but other people don't.
Yeah,
They could
they're
be
your stuffed
secret
animals,
spies.
right?
They could be secret spies.
A conspiracy theory about the stuffed animals, that's fantastic. Bo, what do you think? Talk out loud.
You can snuggle with your animals if you're scared.
You can snuggle with your animals if you're scared. That's absolutely right. One more, Miss Magnolia.
I have a pet named Tiger, and sometimes when I'm sleeping, he jumps on my bed and cuddles me.
Oh, fun. And is Tiger a cat or a dog?
Cat.
A cat.
That's why we named him Tiger.
I love it. I love it. Anything, Ellie? Do you got any ideas? No? All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, everybody in Facebook, for joining us. I am so grateful to have people here with me and all of you out there joining us. And I just hope everybody has a wonderful week. And be sure to be paying attention for those little signs that God is speaking to you. It may not be a burning bush. I don't know. Oh, here it is. May not be a burning bush, but
Or a tree.
God speaks to us, and he is always with us. Never forget that. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week, guys.